So firstly, I'm going to take my P. Louise base in the shade 0.5 Rumor, I believe. And I'm going to pat this on my eye with using my finger. That's what I usually do, just to lay it down as first. Then I take a Primark brush, just kind of like a fluffy brush. And I just stipple it in with the brush. I just find it easier. And a couple layers usually works best with this. I took my Jeffree Star Alien palette and I'm taking the shade Ghost OG. It's like a really deep, kind of a grey blue look to it, so I'm going to be patting this on. I never rub my shadows in, only when I'm blending, but I usually just pat them on, which is what Tati Westbrook, Glam Life Guru, taught me. I love her, she's an amazing YouTuber. So I'm taking this kind of a small brush. This is one of my favorite Morphe brushes, so I like to just stipple it in like that, and I will link the Morphe brush that it is down below, and I'll write like eyeshadow brush or whatever on it. So I'm blending it in with the same brush. I really like how easily these blend, so I'm just buffing that in, especially keeping the most concentrated, deepest part to the outer edge of the eye, which is what I always do. So now, as you guys can see, I'm going into one of my favorite other shades, Flying Saucer, such a sickening shade. And we're going to pat that on just over the top of that. I should use a smaller brush, which I realized after. But this is definitely going to take a good bit of blending, but I'm putting this on. The only thing I will say about Flying Saucer is it never seems to stick on the inner portion of my eye, but it could be because I have dry skin and my eyelids can get dry. But the palette itself, I wouldn't fault. It's amazing blend, so creamy. It's just so creamy and pigmented. Now I'm taking the shade Ghost OG and deepening up our crease. Just going to go over that. Now I am going to take my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NW15, which is my shade, and I use this mainly to carve out underneath my brows and to cut my crease. So we're going to take a kind of like a spotlight eye, so I'm just going to be using this with one of my favorite flat top Wet n Wild brushes. I love these brushes, they're €2 each, super affordable. I will link below where you can get them. I got them in Dunnes, which is like a store over here that's basically like a supermarket store, but you can get them online on Beauty Bay, which is where I got some of mine as well. So yeah, next I will be taking my MAC Fix Plus, Max Fix Plus, and I'm going to be taking the shade UFO, which is a super crumbly shade. I love how crumbly and pigmented these shadows are. In retrospect, I should have waited till my concealer dried a bit more, but I was tired and I was like, I need to get through this video. But I did enjoy doing it, so I'm taking UFO and I'm just patting that over top of the eye using a flat top brush. I always use a flat top brush for this because it's just like the easiest thing to do. And I will be cutting to where it's done on both eyes, because obviously I'm not going to like drag you guys through more long minutes. So now we are taking the same brush we used before, Ghost OG, and we're trying to blend this into that, make a transition, not that it's just like bam, shimmer in your face, like it has to blend in to the other colors. So I'm just taking a mixture, mainly Ghost OG and a bit of Flying Saucer I take at the end. And the next thing we're going to be doing is taking my favorite eyeliner from Clinique, and I'm just going to show you guys doing one eye because it didn't turn out that great because it's over the top of shimmer. I'm going to take the Bad Gal Bang from Benefit, my favorite mascara ever. I have tape on my eyes to give me that angled look. I definitely love using tape. Sometimes I just use a makeup wipe and wipe it up and it does the same effect, but tape is definitely good if you have time to use it. And I'm just putting this through my lashes. It's my favorite mascara ever. I definitely need to get more when it runs out. It's been lasting a good while. So I'm just showing you guys what it looks like. I added some lashes on. I got these off Wish, so I don't exactly know the name, but I'll try and link them down below if YouTube lets me link something from Wish down below, which I'm not sure if they do or not. So we will see. So the next thing I'm doing is grabbing one of my favorite products from MAC, my strobe cream. I use this as a primer. I've got more into MAC makeup. I know some people think it's like a dying trend, but I'm definitely into a lot of their products, especially lately. So I'm using this as my primer. I always do. It's a very sticky base. I don't really use this as what it's for, a strobe cream. I use it as a primer. Now, I recently got more of my favorite foundation ever because I haven't had it for a long time. It's the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Matte Foundation. I got the shade Porcelain, so I'm putting this in the back of my hand because I had another shade but it wasn't light enough. Grabbing this Morphe brush, flat top brush. I get my Morphe brushes from Live Glam. I get them like every month from Live Glam, so that's why I love that subscription. I can link that down below. If you guys want to, you can use my code and you guys can, I'll just like leave my code down below and you guys can check that out if you want to. It's like $20 a month. It's super affordable. It's literally $20 and you get like a bunch of brushes. You can get up to 4 or 5 brushes, I think maybe 6 sometimes, depending on the value of the brushes. So if you get less brushes, they're usually priced higher value, each of them. So I'm taking my Chill beauty blender, just beauty blender, Chill one, it's called Chill. I ordered some more stuff from Beauty Bay recently, so I got more blenders and more different products from Beauty Bay, so I'm super excited. So I'm just blending this in and buffing this in and being careful under where you do your eyes because you don't want to like get that messy. So I love beauty blenders. I'm definitely not a brush ass bitch, I'm a beauty blender ass bitch, as yeah, people would say. So we are going in and I'm just adding another layer. I always usually add 2 foundation layers because I like to be very full coverage. I'm a full coverage queen. I'm so into RuPaul's Drag Race lately, so my makeup is like even more dramatic because I'm obsessed with drag queens. So now we're going to use our correct concealer. This is in the shade Banana, and it's very yellow. I realized this afterwards, but it's hella yellow. But this is by my Obsession Makeup London. It's just called the Correct Concealer. They have a lot of shades. They didn't have my specific shade, but I do think this is a very good concealer. A little bit goes a long way with this concealer. It's very good, especially for the price. It's like €8. It's so cheap. So I'm blending this in. I took way too much, so it kind of made under my eyes crease a bit because I took too much concealer, but that's not the product's fault, that's my fault. I didn't realize how pigmented and how much comes out of it because I'd only used it like once before the same day because I literally got it like yesterday. So guys, I'm taking my Makeup Revolution Fast Base Stick Foundation in the shade F13. I got this foundation shade specifically for contouring, so it's a bit warm toned, but I really do like a warm tone contour. So I'm taking my Morphe Flat Top foundation brush and blending this in. Looking back, I definitely needed to blend more underneath my neck and I didn't, which was a mistake on my part. I guess I was rushing through because it was late at night and I literally was just like tired. I wanted to go to bed because I have work the next day, so that's the tea on that, sis. So I am just blending this in. Sometimes it takes a good bit of blending, but it's very creamy, and literally I haven't run out of that shade because I just use it for contour. They carry a lovely range of shades, sorry guys. So I put a purple underneath my eyes. I put Area 51 underneath my eyes. This is my Michelin contour powder. So I took my Michelin contour powder in the shade, which is the shade right now, Holiday Hooray. I really like this. And I took my favorite Spectrum contour brush. Just the brush I use for contour basically. Super soft and it always gives me that bomb contour. The Michelin products are definitely my favorite. They've recently come to Ireland. I used to get them at Beauty Bay. I love them. So the next thing is our Bourjois bronzer powder. And I got this literally the same day that I'm filming this, and this is in the shade 52. They just go by numbers, so I'm using my big fan brush from Morphe and putting that on. The next thing that I got is my Michelin blush. It's called Treat Me Sweet, but the shade range is Let's Mango Tango. That's the shade. So I put that on, and now I'm taking my MAC Fix Plus and spritzing that on and running out because I literally got the mini thing because I think it was like €12 each, and I was like, oh, that's a good deal. So I'm spraying this. I make a very ugly face when I'm doing setting spray, my god guys. So next I'm taking my favorite highlighter formula, which is Jeffree Star Skin Frost in Peach Goddess, as you guys can see, and I'm going to take that and I'm going to put that all over my cheekbones. But first of all, I'm going to take my Ofra Star Island. So I'm going to take a mixture of both because sometimes Peach Goddess can be a bit dark on my skin, especially in the winter. Right now I'm very pale, so we're going to take our Peach Goddess first on one of my favorite Morphe highlighting brushes. I will link them all down below. As I said, I promise I actually will link them. So I'm just judging usually where I put it because I don't want to get it on my eyeshadow because it's quite a low type of wing look today. This definitely, when you buff it into your skin, it's just so beautiful. It's so blinding, as you guys can see. I got a palette of Supreme Frost by Jeffree Star, so I'll be getting that soon, hopefully. I ordered it from Beauty Bay, my favorite website. I have like 3 orders on the way from Beauty Bay. Taking Ofra Star Island, as you guys can see, I am managed to hit pan on an Ofra highlighter. I use it that much. I love Ofra highlighters. Besides the Jeffree Star ones, they're definitely my favorite highlighter formula. So blinding, just a very blinding formula and just beautiful formula. Star Island is one of my favorite shades. So I'm just continuing to buff Star Island into the skin, making sure I don't get it on my winged out shadow, because that would not be good. This is so blinding. As you guys can see, I got it a bit on my wing, so I'm just trying to blend that out. I'm just sconting to see what it looks like. So now you guys can see I have concealer on my lips, so I'm taking my Can't Relate liquid lipstick from the Jeffree Star Holiday Collection 2018, and here we go. Here is the finished look. I hope you guys please smash that like button, because I put a lot of effort and work into this look and editing it, so please like and subscribe, turn that notification bell on. It would mean so much to me. Please go follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I will link them down below, and it's usually erindoesvlogs, but I will link them down below. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.